In the dark, dank basement of an old Victorian house, a young woman named Clara was hanging up some freshly washed clothes when she heard a knock. A slow, deliberate knock that echoed through the cavernous space like the tap of a massive coffin lid. She froze, every instinct in her body screaming at her to run. But she couldn't move. She was paralyzed by fear as the knocking grew louder, more insistent. Then it stopped. She waited, listening intently for any sound. Hadn't her father told her stories about the house? About the spirits that lingered, whispering their tragic tales to those who could hear them. Clara felt a cold finger trace the nape of her neck. Goosebumps erupted on her skin. Was she going crazy? Where the hem of her dress had snagged on a loose floorboard. A floorboard that looked disturbingly like a gravestone. Restless souls. A fire that had claimed the lives of several children. As Clara read on, she discovered that the ghost she'd seen in the basement was one of the children. A young girl named Lily, who had died in the fire, was now bound to the house, unable to move on. Unfinished business. Secrets. What secret could be buried here in the basement of her father's house? And why was it reaching out to her now? She filled the rooms with laughter and light, chasing away the shadows that had lingered for so long. And slowly, bit by bit, the house seemed to sigh with contentment, its purpose restored. Or was there truly a ghost in the house? She scoured through her father's belongings, searching for answers. Old journals, filled with cryptic entries about the house and its history. Clara found them tucked away in a hidden compartment in his desk. She found the loose floorboard and carefully pried it up. Beneath it, she found a small, tarnished locket. Opening it, she found a miniature portrait of a little girl with flowing red hair. Lily. He'd called it a gift, a curse, a burden. He'd spoken of restless souls, of unfinished business, of the secrets they carried to their graves. Could one of them be here? Then Lily appeared, her form shimmering in the dim light. "Thank you," she whispered, reaching out a hand. "You found my locket." Relief flooded Clara, a sob catching in her throat. Finally, she understood. In this very room? Any sign that the horror that had been haunting her dreams was real. She, too, had lost her mother in a fire. Perhaps she was drawn to Lily because of the connection. Maybe she could help Lily find peace. When she finally turned to go, a floorboard creaked above her. Footsteps. Someone or something was coming down the stairs. Here, amidst the dusty trunks and forgotten toys, she felt a presence. She called out, "Lily, is that you?" A gust of wind seemed to answer her. Then she heard footsteps. Her heart hammered against her ribs as the steps grew louder. Then a pale, gaunt face appeared in the gloom, a face with eyes that burned like hot coals in the darkness. "Help me," the specter rasped, its voice like nails on a chalkboard. "I'm trapped." Its touch freezing her to the spot. It reached out a hand, its fingers long and skeletal. The apparition glided closer. "Help me," it whispered, and then it vanished. Clara screamed, dropping the clothes, scrambling back. She didn't want help. Bittersweet memories of her childhood, of summers spent exploring the attic, of Christmas mornings filled with the scent of pine and cinnamon. Memories of her father walking through the front door, his smile crinkling the corners of his eyes, his arms open wide. Memories that meant she couldn't leave. Not yet. She wanted to get away from this place, from this house that had been in her family for generations. The old Victorian loomed over her, its shadow swallowing the small town whole. She could feel its darkness seeping into her bones, draining the warmth from her blood. But there were memories here. She had to understand what was happening. A sudden gust of wind rattled the window panes, and the air grew heavy with the scent of decay. Her gaze fell on the floor. As days turned into weeks, Clara became consumed. The journal entries spoke of a tragedy that had struck the house many years ago. Clara felt a surge of empathy for the ghost. Armed with this knowledge, Clara returned to the basement. With the locket in her hand, Clara went to the attic. footsteps that grew louder, more insistent. All these strange occurrences, the haunting, the whispers in the night, it was all because of Lily. But now she knew how to help. And so, with the spirit of Lily by her side, Clara began the long process of restoring the old Victorian to its former glory.